sky was getting darker.
When the sky was getting darker.
And Maddie wears a uniform.
And Maddie wears a uniform.
And Mom wears the uniform.
And Mom wears a uniform.
And we all packed up.
And we all packed up.
In the red truck.
In the red truck.
All of the four packed up. Heavily. Including with Maddie.
And all the four of us packed up heavily. Including with Maddie, Mom, Nan, Felix, John.
All get in the vehicle.
All get into the vehicle. To drive to
Hamilton again. To catch the mayor again.
To catch the mayor again.
To watch a spectacular.
And to watch a spectacular.
No. To watch a big show. And then, as we can see, then we saw a with no snow pile.
And
Maddie starts saying packed.
And Maddie starts saying packed.
And then, as we get there, the car is getting out of the packed of crowds.
The car is getting out of the pack of crowds.
So we can join the pack of crowds, including...
So we can join the packs of crowd, including...
Packed of
crowds. Moms.
Packed of...
Babies.
Packed of...
Infants. Packed up children. Packed up kids. Packed up
brothers.
Packed up sisters. Packed up
boys and girls.
Packed up
dads.
Pack up grandmas. Pack up grandpas.
Pack up grandparents. Packed up grandsons.
Packed up
granddaddy and grandmommy.
Granddaddies and grandmommies.
Packed up African Americans. Packed up whole nations
from all around the world.
Packed up babies from all around the world. Packed up African American babies. Packed up families. Packed up jobs. Packed up Home Depot's hairdresser. Packed of waiters. Packed of food deliverers. Packed of senior citizens. Packed of grandmothers and grandfathers. Packed of construction workers. Packed of aunts. Packed of nieces. Packed of nephews. Packed of uncles. The packed of pets. Packed of dogs. Packed of cats. Packed of offices workers, sir. workers.
Pack of offices workers.
We are ready to gather round.
We're all ready to gather round.
We are ready. Gather round. We are ready to pack. The crowds are getting around.
We are ready to pack. The crowds are gathering around.
The lawn, the parking lot, in Hamilton.
And all of Hamilton.
To watch us.
To watch a spectacular.
No. Big show.
Big show.
And from there to seek employment either at local clear defense contractors or with the U.S. Navy, where they can steal secrets on behalf.
And then
when
Maddie say it's the bad word.
Then when Maddie says the bad word, and Mom tells you,
and then Nan tells you,
and then your Nan tells you, don't say that, Madison, that's a bad word.
But the first round of the fireworks
in the first round of the fireworks
and groceries. And everyone was cheered. But she scared the children.
But it scared the children. Oh, Mom, I'm scared.
Don't be scared, little one.
Don't be scared, little one. It's just a fireworks show. Go on, take a look at all of the pretty colors.
But the first round of the fireworks, but Maddie starts getting completely wild and she loses control.
But at the first sound of the fireworks, and Maddie starts going completely wild.
And everyone was cheered and getting wild. And the pack of crowds cheering wild.
And the packs of crowds are getting wild.
And they threw their canes up in the air.
And they threw their canes up in the air. And they threw their walkers up in the air. And they threw their wheelchairs up in the air.
And they throw their aprons up in the air.
And they throw their aprons up in the air.
And they threw their clippers in the air.
And they threw their clippers in the air.
And the clip threw their scissors up in the air.
And they threw their scissors up in the air.
And threw their lawnmower in the air.
And they threw their lawnmowers in the air.
And second round of the big fire. But the second round of the sparkling in the sky.
But
the third round of the fireworks in the sky. But she scares the babies. Babies from all around the world.
But it scares
brown
the babies from all around the world, all the brown babies, and they all
infants.
And all the infants
are starting to cry, especially the high.
Especially the high.
And the brown girls and brown dad says.
And the brown girls and the granddad said.
Brown dad.
And the brown girl and the brown dad said.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. It's okay, baby. It's just the fireworks. Look at the pretty colors. And the baby went goo goo gaga.
And then we saw a sparkling in the sky.
And
Maddie tells you, but she can't fall.
She can't.
She was going crazy.
Maddie was going crazy.
And then Maddie tells you, Ed's World.
And then Maddie tells you, Ed's World.
And then we saw a spaceship up in the sky.
And
your janitor is going to the...
And the janitor is going to the...
And Home Depot grabs their letters.
And the Home Depot grabs their ladders. And they throw...
And they're puts on. And the mayor comes up.
And the mayor comes up.
Maddie starts getting wild and completely. And Maddie tells you
starts
A, B, C,
going
D, E, F, G.
completely wild and saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
To who he believed to be an individual from a foreign government. In this case, the Egyptian intelligence service.
And then the mayor will comes up and said,
And then the mayor comes up and said,
hello. Check 1, 2, 3.
check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hello, crowd, and welcome to this amazing
Grandest finale.
grand finale. Are you ready, crowd, for the biggest?
Are you ready, packed of crowds?
Are you ready, pack of crowds, for the biggest, most ginormous, grandest of the grandest grand finale?
Wacko.
Pack of crowds.
Wacko. Grandest finale.
Wacko is greatest finale, grandest finale.
And the
And the whole
whole
crowd
crowd
says,
says, yes, we are.
yes, we are. Bring it on.
Chew. But the craziest round of the giant finale, so you can feel in your chest. And the packed of whole humongous giant crowd totally loses it.
And the whole pack of all gigantic crowds, totally loses it. Woo!
And she starts getting completely wild, insanely.
And they start going wild, insanely
With
wild.
silly dancing.
And
Do silly dancing.
doing silly dancing.
And the grandparents totally loses it.
And the grandparents totally loses it. And they go wild. And they throw their canes up in the air. And they throw their walkers up in the air. And they throw their wheelchairs up in the air. And then they start to boogie
And
down
do
to
their
the
glasses
boogie
in the air.
And threw their glasses up in the air. Woo!
And the Home Depot totally loses it.
And the Home Depot totally loses it. And they throw their aprons up in the air. And they throw their tools up in the air. Woo! Woo! Bravo! Yay!
And the construction is totally loses it.
And the construction workers totally lose it. And they start to wave their hands. Woo! Scream and shout of excitement. Woo!
And they threw their tools up in the air.
And they threw their tools up in the air. And they threw their screwdrivers up in the air.
And they threw their aprons up in the air.
And they threw their aprons up in the air.
And threw their hard hats in the air.
And threw their hard hats up in the air. Woo!
And the grandson totally loses it.
And the grandson totally loses it. And he starts to scream and jump up and down. Yay!
And the grandsons threw their grandpa's canes in the air.
Oh, and the grandsons threw their grandpa's canes up in the air. And they threw their grandpa's walkers up in the air.
And they threw their
And they threw their wheelchairs up in the air. Woo!
And the African American grandparents and grandsons and grandkids totally loses it.
And the African American grandparents and grandchildren totally loses it. Woo! Yay! Woohoo! Yay! Bravo!
And the pact of yoga totally loses it.
And the path of yoga totally loses it. And they throw their yoga mats up in the air. Woo!
And they start to rock and roll up in the air.
And they start to
Rock and roll
rock and roll
with the airwaves.
with the airwaves in the air. Woo!
And the kids totally loses it.
And the kids totally loses it.
And they starts to jumping around all over the place and do somersaults
And
and
they
doing
start
their
jumping-
belt bottoms.
And they start jumping around all over the place and doing somersaults and doing their bell bottoms
And
there.
say,
Yay!
and they threw their caps in the air.
And they threw their caps up in the air.
And the grandkids totally loses it.
And the grandkids totally loses it.
And the pack of grandkids totally loses it.
And the pack of grandkids totally loses it. And they're jumping all around. Yay!
And then
And
through their
grandparents' canes up in the air.
and they threw their grandparents' walkers up in the
And they threw their grandparents' walkers up in the air. And they threw their grandparents' wheelchairs up in the air. Woo!
And the waiters totally lose it.
And the waiters totally lose it. And they throw their
Packed of-
aprons up in the air.
And they threw their pack of foods up in the air.
And they threw their packs of food up in the air. And the crowd loved it and said, yay, free food.
And the pack of food delivered is totally loses it.
And the pack of the food deliverers totally loses it.
And she starts to throw their pack of foods up in the air.
And they start to throw their packs of food up in the air. Woo! And the crowd loves it and goes completely wild. Yay! Free food! Nom 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 nom.
And the cops totally loses it.
And the cops totally lose it. And they throw their batons up in the air. And they throw their flashlights up in the air. And
And
they
they
throw
threw
their
their-
guns up in the air. Woo!
And the military's totally loses it.
And the militaries totally lose it. And they throw their caps up in the air. And they throw their guns up in the air. And they throw their knives up in the air. Woo!
And the firefighters totally loses it.
And the firefighters totally lose it. And they throw their hard hats up in the air.
And they threw their hose of waters in the air.
And they threw their hose of waters up in the air.
And the kid and they threw their
In June 2012, we were
fire emergency in the air.
And they threw their fire emergency weapons up in the air. Woo!
And the kid's outfit is all wet.
And the kids' outfits were all wet. And everybody was dripping wet.
And the whole pack of babies totally loses it.
And the whole pack of babies totally loses it. And they throw their diapers up in the air.
And they-
And the crowd goes, oh no, diapers! Gross!
And they throw their rattles up in the air.
And they throw their rattles up in the air. And they throw their bags up in the air. And they throw their pinkies up in the air. Woo!
Cuckoo,
Cuckoo, gaga!
And the whole types of music crowds totally loses it.
And the whole types of music crowds totally loses it. And they throw their guitars up in the air. And they throw their saxophones up in the air. And they throw their flutes up in the air. And oh my goodness, they threw the pianos up in the air. Woo!
And the young ladies and young men totally loses it.
And the young ladies and the young men totally loses it. Woo! Yay!
as inertia.
paramedics totally lose it.
And the paramedics totally lose it. And they throw their gloves up in the air. And they throw their medical equipment up in the air. They throw a blood pressure machine up in the air.
And the band-aids tearing everywhere.
And they throw the band-aids up in the air.
And they throws their first aid kit in the air. And they throw the shots up in the air.
And they throw the shots up in the air.
But hit the shot with the babies.
But the shot is the baby. And the baby starts to cry. Wee!
Oh, the sailor and captain totally loses it.
And all the sailors and captains totally lose it. And they throw their caps up in the air. And they start to scream and shout and run all around. Yeah!
And the players totally loses it.
And the players totally lose it. And they throw their bats up in the air. And they throw their glove up in the air. And they throw all the balls up in the air. Woo!
And the physical teacher totally loses it.
And the physical teacher totally loses it. And he throws the weights up in the air. And he throws his jump rope up in the air. And he throws his headband up in the air. Woo!
And the biologist totally loses it.
And the biologist totally loses it. And he throws his... And he throws his pants up in the air. And he throws his pad up in the air. And he throws his equipment up in the air. And all the test tubes in the air. Woo!
And the grass is full of rainbow.
And the grass is full of rainbows. Woo!
And the mayor comes up and
And the
said,
mayor comes up and says,
He divulged to me that
"Hello, crowd.
wow.
Wow! What a show!"
And the pop rock girls totally loses it.
And the pop rock girls totally loses it. Woo! And they throw their sneakers up in the air. Woo!
Are you ready to catch it?
Are you ready to catch me, crowd?
And the merchandise throws their
And the merchandise
totally loses it.
totally loses it. Woo! And they start running towards the mayor. Woo!
And all of the packed of crowd starts running.
And
And giant crowd starts running.
And the giant crowd starts running. Woo! They're all running towards the mayor to catch him.
And the whole crowd starts to jump. And the mayor fell down with the crowd.
And the whole crowd starts to jump. And the mayor fell down with the crowd. Oh!
And they caught it.
And they caught him. Wow! And the mayor totally loses it. He goes
And their
insanely
whole crowd
wild.
starts to run back to the parking lot.
And the whole crowd starts to run back to the parking lot with the mayor. Mayor! 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 Mayor!
And the whole paramedics caught the mayor.
And the whole paramedics caught the mayor.
in the end, we were charged with this.
And the mayor went insanely wild.
And the senior citizen caught the mayor.
And the senior citizens caught the mayor. And they all go completely wild. Mayor! 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 Mayor!
And the Scrooges caught the mayor and starts getting wild. And the mayor starts to dance. And the whole crowd starts to dance.
And the Scrooges catch the mayor and they start getting wild. And the Scrooges start to dance. And the mayor starts to dance. And the whole crowd starts dancing
And the
just like the
kids
mayor.
caught the mayor.
And the kids caught the mayor. And they start chanting, Mayor! 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 Mayor!
And the whole nation caught the mayor.
And the whole nation caught the mayor. And they're running around with the mayor. Mayor! Mayor! Mayor!
And the whole kids from all around the world
And the whole kids
is
from
going wild.
all around the world is going wild.
And they drew their national day.
And they do their national dance.
And caught them.
And they caught the mayor. And the mayor starts dancing with their national dance on their heads.
And the whole crowd starts. And the Marys caught the mayor.
And the Marys caught the mayor. Woo! Mayor, mayor, mayor.
And the deers caught the mayor.
And the deers caught the mayor. Mayor, mayor, mayor.
And the deer starts to dance.
And the deer starts to dance and boogie down. Woo!
And the BK totally loses it.
And the BK totally loses it. And they throw the cheeseburgers up in the air.
And they do their French of the air.
And they throw their French fries up in the air. And the crowd loves it and goes wild. Yay! Free food! And the mayor catches a burger. And he catches a fry. And he's eating it while the crowd is carrying him. Mayor! Mayor! Mayor!
And the
Mayor!
home makeovers totally loses it.
And the homemakers totally loses it. And they throw their paints up in the air. And they throw their paintbrushes in the air. And they throw their curtains up in the air.
And they throw their brooms up in the
And
air.
they throw their brooms up in the air. And they throw their vacuums up in the air.
And threw their TVs up in the air.
And they throw their TVs up in the air.
And the mystery caught the mayor.
And the mystery caught the mayor. Woo, mayor!
And the mystery is getting completely wild.
And the mystery starts going completely wild. And the mayor is going completely wild. Woo!
And the candy girl caught the mayor.
And the candy girl caught the mayor. And the candy girl goes completely wild.
And they threw their lemon
And
heads.
then they threw their lemon heads up in the air. And they threw their candy canes up in the air. Woo! And the crowd starts to shout, yay, free candy!
And the Mary starts to dance with his mayor.
And the Mary starts to dance with his mayor. Woo!
And the man getting more of pack of sparkling in the sky.
And the mayor was getting more.
With booms and so you can feel in your chest. And the whole crowd starts to dance and you feel in your chest.
And the whole crowd starts to dance and they can feel the boom from the fireworks in their chest and they get excited and they're dancing. Woo! Best show ever!
And the New York caught the mayor.
And the New York caught the mayor and they start to tap dance while they're carrying the mayor. Woo! Best fireworks show ever!
And the gal and your guy caught the mayor.
And your guys caught the mayor. Woo! Mayor, mayor, mayor.
And the 3D modeler is going wild.
And the 3D modeler is going wild. And he threw his clay up in the air. And he threw his tools up in the air. Woo!
And the 2D modeler is totally loses it.
And the 2D modeler totally loses it. And he throws his pencil up in the air. And they throw their paper up in the air. Woo!
And the fisherman has caught the mayor.
And the fishermen's caught the mayor.
And the fisherman is going wild.
And the fishermen are going wild. And they throw the fish up in the air. And they throw their hooks up in the air. And they throw their fishing poles up in the air. And they throw their nets up in the air.
Woo! And the Lucy, it starts getting completely wild.
And the Lucy starts getting completely wild and jumping up and down. Yay!
And the food and the whole nation starts getting wild.
And the whole nation starts getting wild. Woo! What a show! This is amazing! Woo! So cool! Yay!
And the radiationer is going wild.
And the radiationer is going wild. And he throws radiation up in the air. Woo! The crowd goes, oh no, whoa, 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 away from the radiation. Woo!
And the janitor is caught the mayor and getting wild.
And the janitor caught the mayor. And he's going wild. Woo!
And the crave and the booms of your barkling in the sky has been stopped. And the whole pack of giant crowd starts to cheer up loudly.
And the booms of the fireworks, you can feel them in the chest and the whole crowd.
And the Mexican Spaniards starts cheering wildly and caught the mayor.
And the Mexican and Spaniards start cheering wildly. Woo! And they caught the mayor. Woo! Mayor! 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 Mayor!
And the holds up the mayor, and the whole crowd starts to walk and bring her back.
And the whole crowd starts to walk and bring the mayor back on the stage. Then the mayor flips off the crowd and lands on the stage and says, "Whoa! That was awesome! What a show!"
And there's some confetti.
And then
While the
there
mayor
was
said,
confetti. While the mayor said,
"Thank you all for catching me."
"Thank you all for catching me. That was so great. Woo!"
And all of us whole crowd tells you,
And all of the whole crowd tells you,
"Yes, we did."
"Yes, we did."
And the mayor tells you,
And then the mayor tells you,
"Thank you all for watching this big show and
"Thank
for
you
catching
all
me
for watching this big show and for catching me
while the big show is over."
While the big show is over.
Woo!
Woo!
And the whole crowd starts to
And the whole crowd starts to
cheer wildly, crazy, silly.
cheer wildly crazy.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah! Woo! And the mayor takes a bow. Woo!
And all of us gets in when Maddie took her bowing.
And now he takes a bow. Woo!
And all of us gets in the car.
And all of us get in the car.
And Maddie asked,
And Maddie asked, "What's all this traffic?"
when Mom tells you,
And
"Did you
Mom
have fun?
tells you,
Did you have fun?
"Did you have fun?
You want to know why?"
You want to know why?"
All of us tells you, all of the mothers, all of the babies, all of the
And all of us tell
infants,
all the mothers and all the babies,
all of the
all the
pact of
infants,
children, all of the pact of dads, all of the pact of grandmothers and the pact of
all the
grandfathers,
pacts of
pact
grandmothers
of
and
whole
grandfathers,
nations,
and the pacts
all
of
of the
whole
pact
nations,
of giant crowds.
all of the pact of giant crowds are all trying to go home.